Good morning, I say, on this sunny morning. Good time of day wherever you are. I'm Jackson. This is Mark. We're from Campaign Coins. We make real money worthy of your greatest adventures. Real fake money, I should say. Well, hey, all sorts of cool, real hefty metal to spice up your role-playing games. And we thought we'd wake up early to have a chat about using coins in role-playing games because that's a really cool thing that we do and that we like to make happen. I can see Landon, the DM, is here. Robo Pelican is here. Bathy Scafist is here. Thank you so much. At any point, this is like, oh, Marg is on mute. Oh no, what have I done? That is my fault entirely. Thank you, Chris. Let me see if I can figure that out. That is not Mark's fault at all. I am running the show, allegedly, and doing a terrible job. Nothing like a disaster first thing in the morning. Keep on talking, Mark, and I'll see if I can get you back online. No, I can hear you, and the viewers can't hear you, so that is entirely on me. All right, let me just.
Oh, so I'm going to describe what's on my desk until such time.
You are back on. I am so sorry for that interruption. What were we saying before that? Hey!
We were saying good morning and hello, and let's talk about fake money. It's what we do. We are excited. Huge thanks to Jackson and Rachel for doing all the hard work in setting up our Twitch channel. But it's an opportunity to do what we love, which is to make coins and to talk about them and to share how we use them in our games, and also hear how you're using them in yours. So this is going to be first of a series. Like, we've been thinking about these issues for 10 years, so I don't think we're going to knock it over in the next 45 minutes. But let's take a bit of an overview today as to, why is it cool to use coins in your campaign? And then we'll look into, because, hey, surprise, this is a channel put forward by a company that wants to get your real money for our fake money. So we're going to talk about the current, the way that we have the coin structured to make it easy to use them in campaigns. And then we're going to have a giveaway.
Ooh, that's something we should mention right now. If you type exclamation and the word treasure in chat right now, no space in between those, you're going to go in the draw to win a $25 gift voucher at campaigncoins.com. So that is a pretty good deal. Well, hey, we've already got Krios001 in, Land the DM. If you don't get that confirmation,
First,
have another go. Yes, I can already see. Oh man, we've already got 5 entries already. That is very kind. I'm going to remind you about that throughout the stream, just so no one misses out. But yes, stick around to the end until we draw those prizes. Should be good.
treasure.
Thank you. Oh, the other thing I forgot to say, of course, is that we're listening to the lovely ambiance that is courtesy of Sirenscape, which is a very neat little app to enhance your role-playing experience. They've got soundscapes for friendly taverns, as we're listening to now, and spooky dungeons, and holy temples, and all that good stuff. It's
I like to think of it as one of those friendly taverns where everyone is relaxed and nice and they welcome you, even though there are terrible monster problems that they need adventurers to help them with. So, let's talk about using coins. What's cool about using coins? What's cool about using coins, Jackson?
Well,
I'm asking you, sir.
I always like to say it's like a handshake. Well, I think that's all this from you, actually. It's like a handshake between you and your character, because the characters exist in our imagination. We don't have a good idea about what exactly they're carrying. So when you feel the fake money in your hand, it's like a handshake between you and your character, because you get to feel how rich they are. You get to feel exactly what impact they're making on the world by seeing how they're rewarded. It's pretty good. Here we go. Robert Polican says they got a set of coins from Kickstarter and they use them every week in their Icewind Dale game. They have enough to track all of their gold using coins. It adds a lot. Thank you, Robo Pelican.
I reckon, Robo Pelican, before each session you should be sticking those coins in the freezer. because it'd be dangerous to get treasure in Icewind Dale, right? Oh, I found some gold. Now I'm stuck to it. So that's awesome. I love that, and that's exactly. It's an opportunity if you get some new coins. Like it's when we start a new campaign, we kind of get, oh right, I'm going to mix it up this time with the story or the setting or some new prop, and it's a great time to start a new campaign with coins. I love that. And so the handshake, it's very much also on the tactile feel. Like it's cool to play with money because it's something to fiddle with on the table, but it makes the sound and you kind of heft, and it's something to fiddle with, which is not browsing Twitter. Doom scroll. Don't doom scroll, fight goblins.
Or dice towers, which get on some DM's nerves, I am told.
What?
Something about the clatter when they inevitably fall down.
Digital dice, now that is against God, my friend. But dice towers is just gravity in motion. It's a beautiful thing.
Good stuff.
Everyone can tell we've walked into the middle of a discussion that has been raging for some months.
You might be right. Yeah.
All right, so tactile, very cool. Starting a new campaign with coins, very cool. What else you got, Jackson?
Well, I mean, aside from, we started the company, and we'll talk about that a bit later, to make real money to track your money. But apart from that, we also just kind of make them for cool props. We've got so many coins that tell stories. The Dwarven coins and the gold coins have kind of Dwarven elements to them, and the copper coins have kind of orcish, goblinish, monstrous elements. So when you find a coin in your campaign, you can use that coins as props for neat little story elements. You get a coin that, you have to give this to the Goblin King to allow safe passage, or, you got to show this coin to the One-Eyed Witch at midnight. And that kind of adds another layer of immersion, and especially when you can do sneaky stuff with the props you have. I remember, Mark, you had a story that between sessions you half emptied all the players' coin purses, and then when they showed up confused, as if to say, "Where's our coins?" you just said, "Where'd you last see them?" Was it not was it the Halfling Mafia who was responsible for that?
It was a Halfling Mafia. It was in a market. I said, well, maybe it was in the market. And, we play D&D and we have a good time. This is a 4th edition game. Love 4th edition. And, players get into the story. But I have never, in 30 years of DMing, had my opponents, enemies, monsters, halflings, more comprehensively and thoroughly murdered than those halflings. Like, the players hated them because they had stolen from them. They had taken actual coins out of their hands. So it raised the stakes. It was a bad day to be a halfling. They got their money back in blood. But props and stories, my favourites are, of course, where you can't see them because they're reflecting, glittering in the darkness, is the Electrum coins, because they're bad coins from a fallen empire. And it's fun to sneak one of those in to another treasure drop. And, you got the curse now, the black coin. You have to move it on in the next 24 hours, otherwise some ghost is going to kind of crawl out of it and throttle you. The coins have stories.
I used those once in a campaign. The players were going out to this like ancient kind of burial temple, and on the way they met a group of orcs who had just come back from raiding said temple. And the orcs didn't survive, and the orcs got looted. But I snuck into the treasure hoard 2 of our black Electrum 1 coins, the ones with skulls on them. And the player who just grabbed them said, "What are these?" And I said, "I don't know, they're just some black coins." They got to the temple, they got to the center of the temple, and the puzzle at the very end to get to the final treasure room was they had to figure out how to put the high priest's mummy to rest. And they were stuck on quite some time until I said, "Well, maybe have a look at your inventory." And it was fine. The player found those 2 black coins, realized, "Oh, okay, we got to put the black coins on the mummy's eyes." So that was a really great,
cool, man.
Yeah, it was a really great
really cool
lead I buried like 2-3 sessions before. All sorts of neat stuff when you start bringing physical props into your campaign. It's so good.
Also, the sheer enterprise of adventurers who, rather than go to dangerous dungeons, just wait for monsters to come out of them with loot and then whack them.
Brilliant.
Like that's like it's all ambushes all the time. I love it. Okay. Meanwhile, in Chatland,
Landon, the DM, says one of their players holds all the party funds, going to give him the coins, which is excellent. You do need a Hordes person or an accountant in your party.
Yay! We are playing Acquisitions Inc. at the moment, and I am the Hordes person, and this is my little treasure chest. Because we're playing on Zoom, because we like to be safe. And also I'm living 2 hours away from everyone else now, so there's one little treasure chest from Glowcraft. Just comes as a kit, you make it, it's got a bit of stain on it, and there's all the party funds. And so I'm the paymaster, and they come to me saying, I want plate mail, and I say, yeah, dream on, Orcan. 800 gold to go, fella. So that's a nice dynamic too. I think coins is loot. We've talked around that, but right in the heart of it, that's a really cool thing because it makes reward tangible. And in game design theory, the kind of core component is goal, obstacle, reward. Okay, Link wants to get across the gap. There's some kind of, it's been a while since I played Zelda. You can help me. My analogy is about to faceplant. There's swinging vines. It's a puzzle. You work it out. Reward. You get your treasure chest at the other end. And that's a really nice, it's a really natural cycle. We have a quest. There's something in the way. We get reward. And this is the reward phase. And if you're getting shiny coins in your hand, and I think it goes back to the Tooth Fairy, you really feel rewarded. And I also find that in a long session, combats can go for a while. Let's not beat around the bush. Except when I run them, it's fast, and we get a bit tired, and you're waiting for your turn. But when the monster finally drops and say, here's the loot, and you throw the coins on the table, I see the body language of everybody. Everybody goes, they all lean in like, what do we get? Like loot, yay. And so it is rewarding. And I think that's a really nice aspect.
It's worth it. All right, shall we, at any point, anyone in chat can jump in with their own ideas of how they use coins in their games, and even if you've already Landon, the DM, has said they love the Electrum coins, and Robo Pelican is very excited about the new Gloranthan coins we make. Which is something else we should mention, aside from the classic fantasy coins that we're going to focus on today. We make a lot of coins from other worlds and other games, so it is a very popular use. I know, Mark, in your games you like mixing all of our coins together just to add a little bit of variety, and you can do that intentionally to do things like add coins from a different world or a different country just to mix things up. So we've got Dwarven Tower coins, we've got King's Ransom kind of European-inspired coins, we've got Freeport pirate coins, all sorts of good stuff, even more ways to just tell more stories with the coins.
And like worlds are full of nations, full of peoples, and full of currencies, and that's a little bit of a segue into the kind of campaign coins origin story, because we talk about why use the coins, and Andre literally he started a company, and his first idea for a product was actual coins for your D&D campaign, but technically speaking, he didn't have the idea. Hugh had the idea. So Hugh, lovely Melbourne legend, lovely DM, lovely fella, came back from South America and still had all his change in his pocket, and just started throwing it on the table and using it during D&D. And hit upon this whole kind of prop element and the tactile thing and all that feel. And so Andre thought that was amazing and he wanted to do it, but he wanted fantasy money. With like dwarves and dragons and that kind of seagulls on it, and nobody was making any, so he did. He literally started a company to do that.
This was back in 2007 or early.
I think yes, exactly. Planning through 2006, and at the time you're saying, I'm going to make these coins. I've got this company. Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, it sounds cool. Do you want any? Oh yeah, put me down for a couple of boxes. Yeah, whatever. And I think you've got the box there.
Yeah,
Jackson.
Is this what showed up at your door? This very box?
That is, well, not that exact box, because that one's still in shrink. But yes, and when he said, here are the coins, and of course Hugh and Kiara and everybody helped pack them and rebag them and box them all up. I was just amazed at the tremendous production. All the art is by Lee Smith, who was at the time living in South Australia, and then he moved to Tasmania, and now he's living in Melbourne, and he's got his own game company making games with his kids. They're called Dirty Rascal Games. So find Dirty Rascal Games, give him a follow. His art's amazing, and I know they're going to do really cool stuff. And I love that it's a kind of a family activity now. So all the classic designs are by Lee Smith. And so they literally have been made coins for your campaign coins. That's why they're here.
All right. So that's the origin story out of the way. Should we talk about the new coin sets? Which
Yeah, let's do that. There's so much to talk about with the coins, and we liked in future streams to zero in on kind of story ideas, zero in on prop ideas. We do have a PDF which is available on the website as a free download in the info section. I could point to where it is on the screen, and that would be thoroughly pointless.
But anyway,
it's up there, top right.
campaigncoins.com/using-coins. I'll put that in the chat right now.
The hyphen is very important.
Very important. Otherwise, who knows where you'll end up.
Don't skip the hyphen.
Campaigncoins.com using-coins. That's going to get you. We've got PDFs up there about. It's a whole kind of spiel that Mark's typed up about using coins in role-playing games, and also using coins in board games as well. We've got some nicely curated sets to help you bling out your board games as well.
So yeah, you get away from the cardboard and get some metal on. So we'll be diving into some of those themes, but the core of it, really, the idea is to use it as currency in your campaign. Occasionally that can come unstuck. I ran a RuneQuest on Saturday night. We finished the Cattle Raid scenario. We've just released brand new RuneQuest coins. They're so cool. And in this scenario, the reward was 10 cows. So that's it. We're now campaign cows.
Oops.
We're going to be our new bovine range is coming out soon for all you RuneQuest players that don't have a cow. So these new sets are designed to take you right through the stages of the campaign. So talk us through them, Jackson.
I'd love to. So these are available right now on campaigncoins.com, and if you're really keen to get your hands on them, you should probably type !treasure into the chat right now. If you just joined us, you may not have heard this from the start. If you type !treasure right now into the chat, you're going to go into the draw to win a $25 US gift voucher, which may go toward sprucing up your campaign. So, yes, here are the new sets. These were on Kickstarter earlier in the year. We had so much generous support from backers on Kickstarter, and also Game on Tabletop. Hey, Not Guild Cup was into the giveaway. Fantastic. Yes, we had fantastic support on Kickstarter and Game on Tabletop, and they're finally here and they're ready to go. They're kind of like a remix, if you like, of some starter sets we had many years ago. We had another look at the numbers and realized that they didn't quite work about the most useful way and the most economic way to get coins in your campaign. So these are the new versions. There are 4 sets, and they kind of fill different niches. This is the Tavern Change set in a green bag, and now I'm going to embarrass myself because I can't remember the exact numbers.
I can, because look, here's some we prepared earlier.
Hooray.
So this has a nice mix of copper and silver in there, and it's got they're all designed for change-making algorithms. So this has 21 coppers and 5 coppers. 21 silvers and 5 silvers. And we should say, of course, that if you're in the fantasy world, there's not going to be any such thing as a 5 silver piece. That's nonsense. There are no ATMs. There is no centralized banking. Like, it would all be single coins. But for your real American / Australian / German dollars, you would have to like spend so much to have like 1,000 gold pieces. To be stupid. So we do denominate the coins as a concession for play. And
it surely makes things a lot easier. So yes, the Tavern Change set is really great for kind of role-playing out that small change. You can use them to tip the wench or buy a room for the night. But not everyone...
Nice Red Dragon Inn reference there.
Yes, indeed.
Love Red Dragon Inn.
Hurrah. But not everyone, wants to get that granular. Some people just like using them as like a wealth tracker and more kind of rounding way. So for that, we have the next set is the blue bag. There's the Market Gold set. So this is a mix of, and I do have the lists up now, you get yourself 20 1 golds, 10 2 golds, 10 5 golds, 5 10 golds, and 5 20 golds. So that is like pretty much all the low level gold that you'll need to buy your 10-foot poles and buy your healing potions, and it's what you'll kind of scrape off the goblins and off the orcs when you inevitably slay them. So let me have a look so you can see there are the designs there. So in our opinion, if you're just going to get one set, this is the best one to start with, and if you enjoy it, then pick up the rest later if you're keen. But if you just round to the nearest gold, then this is kind of all you need to get started with your campaign and see if you like it.
Yeah, and that's really significant. Like, obviously, we dig it. Jackson, I think you might have been coins in the very first time you played D&D, because that's going back some time. To us, it's natural to kind of have them around, but will you like it? You don't know. Will your players like it? You don't know. So starting with a little sample, just a little toe in the water. And the other thing is, because there are real dollars at stake when you're buying fake dollars, and look, we're such shysters. We've lured you in saying we're going to tell you how to use your coins in your campaign. No, we're going to sell them to you because that's our business. Just counterfeiters to the core. We honestly will have more content in the future. We think of it as an infomercial, but trying them out, putting a few coins in front of your players, and if people go, that's cool, it's an opportunity for a group buy. And if everybody kind of kicks in $10 and $20, it's something where the group can kind of expand the horde and kind of share, and that's a nice thing, because I find Dungeon Masters, we're always kind of buying the adventures and the books. Players are very generous with sort of snacks and keeping us fed, beverages, and of course many players also contribute supplies. But this is really a point where everyone can chip in as a thank you to the DM. Absolutely. And Landon, the DM, you're loving the sound of this. What? I'm thanked? The players buy me stuff? I'm in. How do I sign up? You sign up with treasure! Exclamation mark. So yeah,
that's
so
it.
There's ways to do it. All right, what's up next, Jackson?
What's next?
We're out of the market.
We're out of the market. We've leveled up. We're getting right up there. We need some more kind of heavy-duty gold. Here is the Dungeon Gold set in a red bag. This comes with, I'll tell you what this comes with. This will get you 10 50 gold pieces, 20 100 gold pieces, 10 500 gold pieces, 5 1,000 gold pieces, and you can see on the top of the pile there, 1 5,000 gold piece with the great gold dragon on the top there. So as we said earlier, Andre made the decision early on that we need to make coins with numbers on them, because we don't want to sell you literally 1,000 gold coins. That would break your back and probably break out sending it to you. So this is how you kind of throw together all of your high level treasure at once. These are the coins you'll find in the massive treasure hoards at the bottom of the dungeons, and it's what you're going to spend to start paying hirelings and buying castles and all that good stuff. There they are.
And something you can kind of see there, apart from the fact that there's an Elder sign here, because I just grabbed my Call of Cthulhu dice trays, is that the dungeon coins are just larger. So part of Andre's design is that the 1 gold coin is a very small coin, and the up to the 1,000 coin, it's much larger. And that symbol is actually the golden hand, which was Hugh, Kiara, I think maybe Jonathan Neroli, the original adventuring party in Andre's campaign. They were the golden hand. So it's a nice reference to the adventurers that started it all on that coin. But it's a physically larger coin than the 1 gold. So on the table, when you're sorting your money, you can kind of get the sense of, okay, well, this one's worth more. And it's a much heavier set, and it's so much heavier that when I unloaded the bag, I immediately popped my dice tray apart and they went everywhere. So there you are. Never mind the quality, feel the weight.
Outstanding stuff. All right, so that was the Dungeon Gold set. That is kind of those 3 sets combined cover all the standard treasure that you'll find. A lot of role-playing games use the gold standard. They kind of go, there's some copper and silver if you want it. Most of the time you deal with gold. But for the DM who wants even more variety, we have the rare treasure set. This is a mix of platinum and electrum coins. In here you get, as I read it out, in here you'll get yourself 15 1 electrum coins, and 5 electrum coins, and 5 10 electrum coins, then 15 1 platinum coins, 5 platinum coins, and 5 10 platinum coins. And you're probably looking at these at this point going, well, hold on, I can see the platinum is the super shiny one. Why the heck is Electrum black? We touched on this before. In your role-playing books and historically, Electrum was a mix of gold and silver, but for us, we were worried that we couldn't make a finish that would look distinct enough from our other gold coins and our silver coins and our platinum coins indeed. So we decided that in our world, and maybe in your world too, that Electrum is a black kind of evil metal from an ancient necrotic demonic empire. It's just bad stuff. So, scatter that around your world and there are all sorts of stories that come out of it, such as Hell Black Coins, which is we kickstarted the Electrum coins way back when, 2016?
2016, yep.
Yeah. And that kickstarted.
2016.
Oh,
that
what
was
a
like
time!
17,000 years ago.
Yeah, about that. And at that time, we came with the Kickstarter came with a campaign outline, who was written by
Jeff Gillen, who plotted Horror on the Orient Express, has written a bunch of stuff for Chaosium, and most recently he's been working with Dean Englehart on the Convicts and Cthulhu series, which is Lovecraftian role-playing in colonial Australia.
Nice.
So yeah, Jeff Gillen is a dear friend of many years and an incredible talent. So yeah, Hell Black Coins, it's a pay what you want PDF on drive-through, and it's a complete campaign outline themed around the evil coins. It's cool stuff.
Excellent. All right. I think that's all we had to say about the sets. We have had some more stuff come out because as soon as we got all these coins together, we realized, well, how do people use these at the table? And I know, Mark, for the longest time you've used little Q Workshop dice bags.
Q Workshop dice bags. Love Q Workshop. They're my dice of choice, and they have nice little kind of dice bags with all kinds of printed symbols on them, so everyone could choose the one like the Druid tree or the skeleton hand or the pentagram or whatever,
right.
And they know at the start of the session what their bag is.
They're a bit hard to come by these days, so we thought we should make our own version. So this is the Campaign Coins party bag pack. These bags are a little bit smaller than the ones that hold the sets themselves, but they're really cool because, just like Mark said, the ranger is going to be green in this campaign, the cleric is going to be yellow, the wizard's going to be purple, and the fighter's going to be red. And so between sessions, you put your own personal money in there, and there's kind of no argument about, I know in my game, I get frustrated with my players and just say, well, if you didn't write it down, then you don't have it. But as soon as you get coins in there, then you've got the physical metal trail, I guess, until you steal them between sessions, as Mark has work to do.
Yep, yeah, damn halflings, they're not to be trusted. Now, we've had some little chat comments. Which coin is the pointiest? It is by far the 10 Electrum. It just has points on it. They're kind of hard to see there.
I'd say the 5 platinum
spider.
The 5 platinum is it's got the
crown
crown for the
there's
pointiest.
A lot of points on that, yeah.
That's true.
It's tiny and just glittering. The coins are die cast. I know they're not actually precious metal struck with a hammer. Spoilers. And that means we can make them to absolute any shape. Some of them are crosses and some of them got holes in them, none of which you can see. That one didn't even have a hole. That one has a hole in it. And we disrupt the shapes to help you tell them apart even more when they're on the table. So yeah.
And that's the other thing we should mention. The first round of coins designed, I believe, were the 1s and 10s and 100s, and that's why they're generally fairly round. But it wasn't long before Andre and Lee realized that they can be in any shape we like. So a lot of the coins have got points, so they got jags, or they got holes in them, because that's a handy way, again, because we make the coins in all the denominations, it's a handy way to immediately tell them apart. And indeed, our platinum coins were so dang shiny, it was sometimes a little bit hard to tell the 1s and 10s apart. So we've addressed that, and the new sets, the 10 platinum coin has got a redesign there, inspired by the Australian 50-cent coin. It's dodecahedral, I believe.
No, that's 20.
That's
chat, help us out. 12-sided shape.
Icosa is 20. I think dodeca is 12.
I stand corrected. Thank you.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
It's an edge. It's educational, Alstreen.
I just made that up. Some more comments from chat. Landon the DM says that they told their players that the kingdoms had the Electrum coins dyed black to avoid fraud. Fantastic. I guess there were too many counterfeit coins going around. So like, all right, from now on, we'll dye the coins black. That's how you'll know they're legit.
And what a lovely notion that there are stories kind of within, and other people we've talked to at the Move for Gen Con, rather than have copper, silver, gold, platinum, blah, 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 they've just gone a coin's a coin that's all effectively worth 1 gold, but the different antique finishes represent those different empires. And once you start to do that, you can have different exchange rate as well. Oh, goblin money? Well, don't take that here.
Which is kind of what you did in your Curse of Strahd campaign, I believe. You kitted the players up with gold,
my gosh.
and then they got to Barovia.
I was a bad person. Bad person. Oh, you started your campaign, you roll up your character grade, here's your loot, now give it to me and have Strahd bucks, which are worth 1/5 as much because everything is terrible now. So, yeah. And the other thing I like about using coins is it gives... it can create story by long-term goals. And with Curse of Strahd, I used Matt Colville's book, Stronghold and Followers. I love Matt Colville and his advice, his generosity, and I love this book because it brings back the old AD&D idea of the players having a stronghold. And so literally you can fortify your tavern or your ship or your church. And it costs money. And once I know, I can actually get a buff if I save up 1,000 to fortify my tavern, and then we can start a thieves guild. Now there's a point to money. We're saving for something. Good economic lessons via the medium of killing orcs.
So good. And as soon as you get the real coins to your table, it really does incentivize the DM to find new ways to spend it. I know last Acking section we were looking up some variant rules on buying magic items because we just wanted to spend our dang money.
That's what we just want to shop. Let us shop.
Let us shop.
Art always the right person in a crisis. They've given the exact hedrons here, and of course, as always, decahedron is 10.
Is 10. I believe dodeca is 12,
Right,
which Rachel will
there it
confirm.
is. All right, science.
Mystery
Science.
solved. Got to the bottom of that.
Now, the other thing that I've seen Buffyscape hanging around the chat. Good morning, Gareth. Gareth actually has designed a tremendous game which is coming out very soon in PDF called Crucible, and Crucible uses coins as dice. It's a coin flipping game, and so you throw a handful of coins, and whether they're heads or tails. It was a mechanic we saw back in the day, also in the Prince Valiant role playing game by Greg Stafford, the Grand Shaman of gaming. So Crucible is something we're going to totally be talking about coming up when the game is available, because it also has really neat coins that we're making for it. So yeah, look, there we are. I've woken him up. What, me? Hurrah! Yes, you, Gareth. You're the best. Speaking of the best, people want to win stuff.
I was just going to say, we're getting near the end of the stream now. We're almost running out of things talked about. But before we get to the end, we will be giving away $25 worth of campaign coins credit. Campaign credits, if you will, and if you want to go in the draw and win those, all you have to do is type !treasure into the chat, and then sit back and cross your fingers, and we'll roll those dice for you.
That's it. And what have you been playing lately, Jackson?
What have I been playing aside from Acquisitions Incorporated campaign with yourself, run by the incredible Dan? That's kind of a campaign coins house game. There we are. Those are our Acquisitions Incorporated company tokens that have just come out relatively recently. They are the actual tokens and real metal things that Acquisitions Incorporated franchises use to pay their franchise fees.
Their interns. This was actually a Penny Arcade production. We are the manufacturer, and they very kindly allowed us to also sell them on our website. You can also get them from pennyarcade.com, and also we helped them make challenge coins for Jim and Omen, and they turned out really nicely as well. So campaigncoins.com or pennyarcade.com for the Ack Inc. coins.
Hurrah. Other than that, I've been playing. What have I been playing? I've been playing Call of Cthulhu: Down Darker Trails on the Chaosium Stream of Chaos, which has just come to an end, but we can catch up on all that on YouTube. You search up Chaosium on YouTube, you can see me playing U.S. Marshal Jeremiah McDonald. It's kind of rough and tumble Marshal has had enough of this bullcrap. What else? A lot of my campaigns have been on hold because we used to play in person. My Tyranny Dragons is on hold because we've got 7 players. I just didn't want to risk wrestling us onto Zoom. But
that's quite a Zoom call.
Yeah, we'll be back with that very soon, I expect. And also ran some 13th Age, which is my favorite D20 fantasy game of all time, over the weekend on Twitch as well. That was a great time.
And that's on YouTube now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. If you search up...
So we'll put a link to that.
Well, if you just jump over my Twitter, which is right there below me right now, you'll see some links to watch that. I had some amazing players, Art, David, Daniel, and Jamie, who are mostly in chat right now, so they'll have to sit there and accept those compliments.
That's right. Soak it in. You're all awesome. And I was at Virtual Game Hole in Madison, Wisconsin. I was in actual Madison, Wisconsin last year, but for, I don't know, some reason, it wasn't practical to travel to Wisconsin or to hold an event. So I ran some Shadow of the Demon Lord on what was a weekend to remember in America. And it was quite the time to be running a game about the end of the world, because on the Friday night game, their Friday night, they didn't have a result. So the players really enjoyed the mental break. And I think the mental break that we've enjoyed from Zoom D&D, Zoom Shadow of the Demon Lord, Zoom 30th Age, Zoom RuneQuest, Zoom Call of Cthulhu, it's just been a most amazing place to step out of all this. So I did a public service in stopping them doom scrolling Twitter, watching those results not moving. And then the Saturday night game, they had a result and everyone was really relieved and they were off the hook. The Saturday night players were mad. So it was, you know, we call it a virtual event, but it really is people. You know, you're still talking and telling stories with people. You just can't touch them. But coins were still involved because I cannot help myself. So we'll talk more in future streams about some of these projects we've been talking about, but also really get more into some detailed ideas for using coins at the table and economics in games. But let us proceed with giving a voucher, which will, going to give you free postage. It'll get you a lovely Devon Root compass rose. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So
last chance right now, literally last chance. If you've just joined, just type !treasure into chat right now. It's going to put you in the draw to win $25 worth of campaign coins credit. This is your last chance.
Thank you very much if you're in Australia for joining us this morning. If you're in the US, joining us this afternoon. If you're on YouTube, joining us at your goddamn leisure. I just love talking about this stuff and hanging out with you all. So thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Maddie, who's done all the fantastic photography. Lee Smith is the designs. Andre, brains behind the operation. And you would have seen around the place our 3 Dungeoneers characters, originally by Lee Smith, and then new designs by Linda Mills. And Penny has been writing funny stories about those 3 complete idiots who are really good at killing monsters and really bad at fiscal management, and you can download their stories for free from the website, and there's large collections available as ebooks.
Oh, and once again, the delightful tunes and ambience you've been hearing were courtesy of Sirenscape, which is a very cool app for getting ambience and music and sounds into your role-playing games. We've been enjoying it very much.
And an Australian company, Australian success story, and very much our theory as well. How can we make games cooler? How can we increase the immersion? Our way is tactile, their way is oral, and it just brings you more into the story. It's really cool. All right, we have strung this out long enough.
I think
Let's
so.
give away some loot.
Let's have a roll. Let's roll it. Here we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over 10 entries, and the winner goes to Not Gill Cup. Hurrah!
Hey, I believe who was first.
Were they the first ones to enter? Perhaps.
pretty
You'd
sure
have to
they
check the
were.
records, but I believe so. One of the
Yeah.
early ones.
Woo.
Congratulations. Not
Does
Guild Cup.
anybody remember GameSpot? There was a whole thing of first to comment. People would just rush to write first. So congratulations, Not Guild Cup. You were first. I'll stop showing my age and we'll move on.
Excellent. All right. So Not Guild Cup, if you want to shoot us a message on Twitter or Facebook, I think it's the best thing, and we'll figure out the details to get that credit to you. Fantastic. I think that's everything.
That was good. We will return. We haven't yet worked out our schedule, but we'll come on back perhaps every 2 weeks or something like that, and really start drilling into the series. Let us know what you're most interested in following up, and we'll have some more dedicated shows around one theme and topic, so we can really kind of drill into it. So
Yes,
thanks everyone.
for sure. Give us a follow on Twitter and tweet us out if you want to tell us what you want to hear about.
Have a great day.
Swell. Bye all.